Yes, Nityanandam. We are now entering into the segment of the glimpses of the glorious past on the 7th of May. In this segment, we see the divine Leela played out by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism throughout the years and see the immense tyaga and sacrifice of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to build the only nation, the first nation for Hindus, Sri Kailasa. So let us now move on to the first year, which is the 7th of May 2004. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducted a press meet that was organized in Tiruvannamalai. Since a very young age, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was always honored and selected by all prominent Hindu leaders because they could see in him their aspirations for the revival of Hinduism in its most authentic form being fulfilled. For that reason, since the early days of his mission, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's popularity was growing exponentially as everyone could see that he was taking the world by storm. So below we can see the pictures of the press meet which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducted. We are now moving on to the 7th of May 2006. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducted the fourth Acharya training in the United States. Below are some of the pictures from the day 5 of the convention. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducted a session explaining delegates the topic of cause and effect and further training the delegates on how to radiate the tattvas of integrity, authenticity, responsibility, and enriching. By spending time with them and by initiating them through all his encompassing space, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gave them the biggest gift a disciple can crave for, the Guru Bhakti. And we are now moving on to the 7th of May 2009. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism continued his discourse on speaking about Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explained that Patanjali gave a lot of importance to the truth that intensity is much more important than enlightenment itself. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shared his own experience that reinforced this truth. He shared that enlightenment is not a noun but a verb. Enlightenment is ultimate but not final experience. It is a continuous process. It is a technique for beyond enlightenment. Let us now see an excerpt from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's address.
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today's subject, intensity never fails. Experience with yourself. The 21st and 22nd Sutra of Patanjali talks about intensity. And in the next Sutra, 23rd Sutra, he talks about surrendering. First, Patanjali talks about yoga. Then he explains about different samadhis, samprajnata samadhi, the samadhi which happens to you when you are lost in one form. All other things are disappeared. except one form. Then second, he teaches about asamprajnata samadhi. Even that one form is lost. And even that form is not there. Then he speaks about the methods, the qualities which can make you experience that samadhi, asamprajnata samadhi. Then Patanjali speaks about, now he is speaking about intensity. I can say the way in which Patanjali has put the sutras, I can understand he is giving importance to the concept intensity much more than samadhi itself. Please understand. Much more than samadhi itself, he is giving importance to the concept of intensity much more than enlightenment itself. Today I really wanted to share an important secret with you all from my own experience. Not only what I learned from my teachers, from my own experience, intensity is much more important than enlightenment itself. You may think things are a little crazy. You may think enlightenment is the ultimate thing. How can something else be more important than enlightenment itself? Please understand, enlightenment is not a one incident as we all think. It is not a noun, it is a verb, a continuous, intense happening. When I opened up to enlightenment, whatever I thought was me, the whole thing got completely evaporated. That moment is what I call enlightenment. Please understand, that does not mean the process itself stopped at that point. No. Enlightenment is ultimate but not final. The ultimate goes on happening every moment in you. So, word enlightenment should be used as enlightening. That's a proper word. It is a continuous process. So, intensity is responsible for this process to be a continuous process. Enlightening, not enlightenment. Intensity, I can say, intensity will become way of life. It is technique for beyond enlightenment. For beyond enlightenment. See, sometimes you may experience Satori state, the first experience of enlightenment, maybe by accident or when you are intensely open to some deity or guru, nothing. If you are just intensely open to your master, available, suddenly you see you are experiencing Satori, that one glimpse of samadhi, one glimpse of samadhi. But intensity is required to retain it, to live it, let that fill you. And intensity only makes that Satori into samadhi, into ultimate enlightenment. And that intensity only keeps the whole thing alive. That only continuously makes the big bangs and black holes happening inside your system. See, Big Bang is the ultimate but not final, because every moment that ultimate is happening. Enlightenment is the, you see, this moment suddenly you feel, oh God, this is the ultimate I can ever experience. The next moment, 100 times more explosion is happening inside you. You see, no, this is the ultimate I can experience. And after a few days, again, 1,000 times more intense thing is happening inside you. You say, no, this is the ultimate I can ever experience. I have seen many of our disciples. After every workshop, LBP level 1, they will say, oh, this is the ultimate I have seen in my life. And after LBP 2, they will say, oh, this is the ultimate I had with Swamiji. After 3, they will say, no, this is the ultimate I had with Swamiji. It goes on and on and on. Ultimate is not final. Ultimate is not final. Ultimate means the ultimate thing which you can comprehend. The intensity keeps the ultimate alive inside your system. Keeping the ultimate alive inside your system is what Patanjali calls Kaivalya. Please understand. The very beginning, Patanjali talks about Samadhi, fulfillment. Sama Adi means becoming one with the origin, the root, source. Sama means the source. Adi means, Sama means becoming. Adi means the source. Becoming the source is Samadhi. He starts with Samadhi. The first chapter is called Samadhipada. And after describing Samadhi, after teaching Samadhi, Patanjali teaches intensity. Then understand the value Patanjali puts it for intensity. The space Patanjali gives for intensity. The place Patanjali gives for intensity. Intensity keeps the Samadhi alive in your system. Intensity lets that ultimate constantly happening in your system. That, see, when the intensity keeps Samadhi alive in your system, that is what is called Kaivalya. I use the word living enlightenment. Living it. In every step of your life, you experience the utility value of enlightenment. And constantly, you are living it. You are radiating it. You are just sharing it with the whole world. Living enlightenment means you will be just radiating. You will be just overflowing with it. You don't even have to teach if you are living enlightenment. Suddenly you will see your very breathing inspires people. Of course, I use teaching so that more and more people will be introduced. These ideas, these truths can be introduced to more and more people. That is the purpose of using this method of talking, teaching. Otherwise, simple breathing, simple being will inspire millions. I have seen my own predecessor, Raman Maharishi, a great master from my hometown. He never moved out of that small city. The whole city, I can say, only, even now, in 15 minutes you can cross from you can cross the city one end from the other end by bicycle. By bicycle, you can cross the city from one end to the other end in 15 minutes. In his period, 60, 70 years before, surely, hardly it will take 5 to 10 minutes. A small city. He never left that city. He never moved out of that city. Once he entered, he just relaxed. But he inspired, and inspiring, continues to inspire millions of seekers around the world. Millions around the world are inspired. You'll be surprised. He never moved out of that small place where he was staying. Just he was relaxed. And he did not even wear more than one piece dress. All he had, one piece dress and one small walking stick, one water bowl. We call it kamandalu in Sanskrit. That's all. He lived and he inspired millions of people. He continues to inspire millions of people. Living enlightenment. When you are radiating Jivan Mukti, suddenly, not only you are living the truth, you are just radiating. Everybody is inspired, sharing. Extraordinary expression happens through you.
We are now entering the 7th of May 2012. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gave his first presentation from the Madurai Adhinam, where he assumed his seat as the 293rd Pontiff. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explained to us that Madurai Adhinam is the most ancient organization on planet Earth, dating far back before recorded history. He will retrieve that unwritten history through his Akashic readings, during which he downloads the cosmic truth of world events. On this day, he shared how the founders of the Madurai Adhinam were Shiva and Devi themselves. Devi appeared as Meenakshi, who became the queen of Madurai, and Shiva took form as her husband, Somasundareshwara. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism clarified that they were not just incarnations in which the human body inhabited by God is carried in an earthly womb. Rather, they transformed themselves from a higher formless realms into the semblance of human shape by passing through fire, which transforms all things. The spirit of Meenakshi descended from her divine space through the fire into what appeared to be a human child of 3 years. She did not assume the human physiology, but maintained a human appearance throughout her life on earth. Let us now see an excerpt from the beautiful discourse given by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
Organization started from religion. The idea of organization is originated from religion. The idea of religion is originated from Hinduism. So, if this is the world's most ancient Hindu organization, I can say this is the first organization on the planet Earth. Please understand, this is world's oldest organization. This organization has two history. One prehistoric period, another one recorded history. Recorded history, no doubt, no problem. The facts are there. I'll present it as it is. I'll read from the Akashic records and give you all prehistoric informations also. I'll give you all the prehistoric informations about the whole Adhinam and the whole tradition. I can say this will be the comprehensive history of Hindu religion, comprehensive history and philosophy of Hindu religion. This organization is created directly by the first incarnation of Shiva, Sundareshwara, an incarnation of Devi, Meenakshi. Please understand, Even the word incarnation is not exactly right, because incarnation means you assume, superconsciousness assumes human body and comes out. But Sundareshwara and Meenakshi did not live in any mother's womb, did not assume human body in a usual way, how we all have assumed human body. Meenakshi straight walked out of the Homagni, sacred fire, as a 3-year-old child. She did not stay in mother's womb and come out in a usual way. She just reduced her frequency from the Akashic layer, the sky, the space, straight to the physical level. She used fire as a medium. Please understand, there are 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. The beings who are living in the space are enlightened beings, Jivan Muktas, the divine beings. Beings who are living in this body, physical earth, are human beings. Meenakshi did not assume the human body in a normal way. She used fire as a medium. Please understand, fire is a medium. If you put these 2 elements, the earth and water, into fire, it will convert them into air and space. It's a medium, center. You can go from formless to form, or formless to form, or form to formless. From form to formless, you can move through fire. Anything with form offered into fire will be made into formless. Same way, anything formless to assume form has to enter through the fire. That is why I have to use Arunachala, the fire. Fire is a prerequisite for formless to assume the form, for the formless to enter the form. Meenakshi did the same thing. There was a huge sacred fire ceremony, Homa ceremony, which Meenakshi has used. She used that frequency and just entered from formless to form, assumed the human body of 3-year-old child. Please understand, it's a very significant information. Only at the age of 3, the Pratyagatma Chaitanya Jagrata is possible. Your biomemory and brain is matured to feel the individual existence of consciousness. Even in my case, when I assumed the body, means when I took birth, the body was matured equivalent to 3-year-old child. My mother used to say, I was 10-pound weight. Indian village kids, Indian village mothers can never imagine delivering 10-pound child, because usually Indian village kids, Indian village mothers are malnourished, undernourished, and I am not born in a rich family. I am born in a very middle class family, and there was no special pregnancy care given to my mother, nothing. The moment I was born, my mother said, I was so huge. She felt as if I was inside for 5 years. Because only in 3 years, 3rd year, the body becomes matured, biomemory becomes matured to feel the individual awakening of consciousness. So Meenakshi straight walked out of the fire as a 3-year-old child, assuming the form. I don't even want to use the word human body, because our human physiology was never a normal physiology. It was never a normal physiology. Of course, there's no question of psychology, but even our physiology was never normal physiology. She just assumed a form, not human body. The first and foremost form of the Supreme Mother, Divine Mother, Meenakshi. See, till her appearance in human plane, there was no monastery or religion, tradition evolved. You may ask, then how did they do the sacrifice? The Homa, it was done by the divine rishis. Human beings were not introduced to the religion, spiritual concepts and truths. It was only for a special divine beings who assume from formless to form, come down, perform these sacred acts, elevate human beings, help human beings temporarily and go back. There was no organized system for human beings to evolve and elevate themselves to the higher level. Meenakshi and Sundareshwara, Shiva and Devi felt the need for an independent system to evolve human beings to the highest possibility, to the highest form of existence or formless existence. So Meenakshi Sundareshwara assumed the form to elevate human beings to the highest form, human beings to the highest existence.
We are now moving on into the 7th of May 2013. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism emphasized the power of completing our unfinished inner behavioral patterns. He explained that if we are not living in completion, we are living in compulsion, as slaves to our past habits. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism reminded the delegates that all our patterns are determined only by our words, meaning the words we speak to ourselves and others. Whatever we speak, we automatically accept as truth, and we set out to make our words into reality. Therefore, if we declare with conviction that we are complete, we can achieve it straight away. Once we are complete, we will immediately know because we will be inspired to share our uplifting feelings with others. That is the test of our authenticity.
Today, Nithyananda TV News. Morning satsang with Paramahamsa Nithyananda, Acharya Mahamangaleshwar Sri 1008 Swami Vishvadevananda Ji Maharaj attains Mahasamadhi. Nithyanandam, and welcome to Nithyananda TV News for Tuesday, May 7, 2013, during the Purnatha Ritau, the season of completion leading up to Guru Purnima, July 22nd. Now for today's top stories. Morning satsang with Paramahamsa Nithyananda.
Today I wanted to make this statement first. This is going to be the subject for the Nitya Satsang today. Please listen. With completion starts life. Otherwise, you are running out of
compulsion. Either you run the life in compulsion or completion. With completion, your life starts. With compulsion, no. Not only you don't have life, you constantly reduce the level of your life. I wanted you to know, human life is not happening in the same frequency in planet Earth. How can you compare? How can you say the man who is in ecstasy, enjoying the life, enriching himself and others in a monastery, and the man who is in prison, given upon himself and others, and given upon by society, and the man who is in the political power center, who is between so much of patterns and sufferings and suffocations. How can you say all these people are in the same frequency? No. You need to get out of the myth, a very big myth taught to you. Human life happens in same frequency. It's a lie. How many of you cognize what I said now? Human life does not happen in same frequency. Every individual's frequency differs.
Acharya Mahamangaleshwar Sri 1008 Swami Vishvadevananda Ji Maharaj attains Mahasamadhi. In a most tragic incident, May 7th, Acharya Mandal Mahaleshwar, senior most pontiff of the Mahanirvani Peeth, Sri 1008 Swami Vishvadevananda Ji Maharaj attained Mahasamadhi. Paramahamsa Nithyananda and his spiritual organization, Nithyananda Jnanapeetham, offer our deepest condolences to the followers of the departed spiritual leader. May the Almighty rest him in peace in Samadhi. Senior Swamis of the Nithyananda order have rushed to Hardwar to offer their support and pay their last respects before the departed spiritual head is given Jal Samadhi in the Ganga between 12 noon and 5 p.m. on May 8th. It may be recalled that during the Kumbh Mela in January of this year, Paramahamsa Nithyananda was unanimously elected as one of the 44 Mahamangaleshwars of Mahanirvani Peeth, which is the most ancient apex body of Hinduism. That's all for Nithyananda TV News for now. Thank you for joining us, and let us end our news with a bliss dose from the Avatar. When you reclaim your body, mind to your life, be aggressive. Weakness will not help you. We'll see you next time on Nithyananda TV News. Nithyanandam.
We are now moving on to the 7th of May 2014. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducted the Varanasi Inner Awakening Day 7 and the Meenakshi Brahmotsavam Day 7. Throughout the Inner Awakening Convention, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism personally addressed each of the delegates' doubts, questions, and problems, leading them to immense clarity, understanding, and awareness. He awakened the Kundalini energy of the delegates and made them experience 1000% increase in mitochondrial energy. He also awakened the third eye of the delegates, making them experience and express the extraordinary powers. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism devoted special darshans and sessions in order to heal the delegates at the physical, emotional, and mental levels. Furthermore, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism activated new neural pathways in the delegates, leading them to heightened clarity and problem solving capability, and led them to experience the bliss consciousness, the deep silence. And we are now moving on to the 7th of May 2015. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducted the grand opening of the Inner Awakening and delivered the Shivoham experience in the city of the gods, the holy city of Varanasi in India. Additionally, many delegates expressed their gratitude to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and shared their personal experience on how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism made them attend the convention against all odds by miraculously lifting the obstacles they had, whether it was about health, wealth, time, or other obstacles. Let us now see the various happenings of the 7th of May 2015.
What I feel is, if like the consciousness is like a huge ocean, we all are just like one drop in the ocean. Because the ocean is like same everywhere, we are also like the ocean, like a miniature version of the ocean. One drop contains whatever the whole ocean contains. So we all are also the consciousness, because the whole ocean is the consciousness, and we are also the consciousness, because we are made up of whatever the whole ocean is made out of. So all of us put together, all of the microcosm put together, all of the water droplets put together forms the whole ocean. So there's nothing different between us and the ocean. We all are just the same. We are just all put together to form the macrocosm.
I learned Alankar because Mahadeva, when I am learning Alankar, Mahadeva just flows through me with his love current. Because of that, I learned Alankar now, and I know the knowledge of Alankar because he flowed through me with his love current. I know now Alankar.
I also want to share an experience. Before going to Cambodia, Swamiji came and initiated all the Balasans into third eye awakening. At that time, I felt like so many kids who were unable to read by blindfolding their eyes. Many kids were unable to read through their third eye. But after the initiation, Swami just told, look, now all my Balasans will just start reading. He just told that. And that day, everybody were able to do the third eye through. They were able to see through the third eye, and they were able to tell the letters, colors, and all. So what I feel is his love, like Mahadeva's love current, it can express in any way. Like even in this way, Swami expressed himself through all of us by awakening all our third eyes. So this is what I wanted to share.
வாரணாசியில் சாமி பண்ணுற போது அது கால பைரவரே பண்ணுற மாதிரி சாமி சொன்னார்ல ஒரு தடவை, அப்போ கண்டிப்பாக வந்தேன். என்னோடய வாழ்க்கை லாஸ்ட் இதுதான், எடுத்த பிறவிக்கு இதுதான் எனக்கு. இது பணம் வந்து சேர்ந்துரும், நீங்கள் வந்துடுவீங்க, இந்த 2 வார்த்தை தான் சொன்னார். அது எனக்கு வேத வாக்கு அப்படியே கையில் வச்சு வாரணாசி வந்தது எனக்கு அப்படியே என்னமோ கனவுல வந்த, இன்னும் நம்ப முடியல, எனக்கு கனவுல வந்த மாதிரி அப்படி இருக்கேன். எடுத்த பிறவிக்கு எத்தனை ஜென்மம் எத்தனை தேடுதல் எனக்கு மனசில் இருந்ததோ அத்தனையும் இந்த வாரணாசி வந்து சாமிக்கிட்ட ஐயே பண்ணிட்டு போகிற இதில் அத்தனை தீர்ந்து போயிடும்.
எனக்கு வந்து நிறைய சுகர், நிறைய பிரச்சனை, டிப்ரெஷன், நிறைய ஐயா சாமிகிட்ட வந்து தான் ஒவ்வொன்றா நான் கிளியர் பண்ணிட்டு வந்தேன். இப்போ எனக்கு வந்து லைஃப்பில் வந்து வாரணாசி அட்டன் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு டெய்லி நான் வந்து சாமியோட இது பார்ப்பேன். எங்கள் ஐயா ஒத்துக்காமல் நான் வர முடியாது. அதனால் அவரோட பிளஸ்ஸிங் கண்டிப்பாக வேணும் எனக்குன்னு சாமிகிட்ட சரண்டர் போட்டேன். அடுத்தடுத்து சாமி நடத்திட்டார். சாமியோட பிளஸ்ஸிங் பயங்கரமாக இருக்குமா. இங்கே வந்து உட்காந்துருக்கிறதே, நம்ம பாடி வந்து இங்கே உட்காந்துருக்கிறதே ரொம்ப ஆச்சரியமாக இருக்குது. சாமி தாம்மா எல்லாமே, கண்டிப்பாக சாமி இல்லைன்னா இல்லை. அதே மாதிரி ஜீவன் முக்தி வேணும், சாமி கிட்ட அதை அடைஞ்சே தீரணும், சாமியோட பிளஸ்ஸிங் இருக்கணும்.
This Shivoham process which I am going to do in Varanasi, I can say at least 200 times more powerful than the Shivoham process have done in Cambodia. I tell you, just empty visit to this city also, you will not have the context. You will come and enjoy how much ever you know. But if you have the context of Shivoham, you will enjoy the city million times more. Same way, the Shivoham process, you will enjoy million times more in this city. So, it's a powerful combination, Shivoham process and Varanasi. Then such an intense Shivoham process has started here. Why waste life anywhere else? Be here. It feels cool here. Pack your bags. Still you have time. Be here.
What made you come to Varanasi?
I don't know what to say. Oh, Swamiji. That's all the answer to all is Swamiji.
It wasn't my effort, Swamiji. I just wanted to come. That's all my desire got fulfilled. Thank you.
Inner awakening.
We're happy to be in Varanasi.
Excited. What is Varanasi?
Swami brought me, ma. Swami brought me.
It was nice and we're happy to be there.
We are now moving on to the 7th of May 2016. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducted the day 4 of the Living Shuddhatveda Convention in the Ujjain Adhinam as part of the most auspicious and holiest event of Kumbh Mela. On this day, thousands of devotees from around the world gathered to experience Mahadeva and the 70 extraordinary powers that he revealed and initiated as all per the Agamas. The multi-day Living Shuddhatveda Convention was hosted in Kailasa's camp at the Ujjain Kumbh Mela. Additionally, on this day, the daily visitors continued to be at over 1 lakh per day. The social and religious services included daily Annadan, free medical camps, were included in emergency care and primary medical care, free Nitya spiritual healing, daily Kalpataru darshans, demonstrations of the power of third eye awakening through reading blindfolded, daily pujas, daily homas, maha-aratis, and traditional cultural performances. Let us see the various happenings of the 7th of May 2016.
Visiting dignitaries continues at Nithyananda Peetham Ujjaini Adinam Kumbh Mela camp. Today, a minister visited to receive Swamiji's blessing.
It's a privilege and honor for us to have Mr. Babulalji with us on the stage.
This is the best government-supported Kumbh Mela.
And feels that I am very lucky fellow who got this respect from Swamiji, who is honored throughout countries in the world. You all respectable persons has come and enjoying our Kumbh Mela. He has taught us we should work for the last person who is the poorest. He needs our best help. One thing I may tell you, government will not leave any stone unturned for the best services for you. Swamiji, I cannot compare what other people are telling, but the biggest certificate you have given us today, I will convey this to my Chief Minister also. And will go to the Lord Mahakaleshwar to pay his biggest respect, because he is the person. Swamiji, I am not wrong. He is the person, Lord Mahakaleshwar, who is getting done all these things. We are not doing. We are not doing. We are not nothing. We are just nothing, I tell you. We are just nothing. It is all because of Lord Mahakaleshwar and all Sant like Swamiji. Swamiji, I feel honored. You have given me the greatest opportunity which I never thought. To everybody. And the biggest respect to Swamiji. Thank you.
Swamiji gave Visesha Diksha to the Shuddhadvaitam participants today, and everyone excitedly received initiation into Third Eye Awakening with the Atmalinga.
We are now entering into the year the 7th of May 2017. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducted the day 18 of the Inner Awakening Convention. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism presided over the Meenakshi Tirukalyanam, the celestial marriage of Meenakshi and Lord Sundareshwara, which is reenacted by the temple priests. Meenakshi Tirukalyanam is the expression of the highest principle of the union of Shiva and Shakti. During Meenakshi Tirukalyanam, married couples in the Inner Awakening program had the honor and privilege to witness and be part of the marriage ritual, spiritually recommitting to one another with the presence of and blessings from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. In the living Sadashivoham process, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism signified that it is time for the breakthrough, not just for human consciousness, but for the very consciousness itself. The Kalpatari Yoga and Inner Awakening participants had the individual energy darshan. And let us now move on to the 7th of May 2018. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism presided over the Uttamottama Seva, which was offered at the Nithyanandeshwara Sadashiva Devasthanam with various rituals, sevas, enriching activities, and power manifestations, inspiring millions towards the science of Hinduism. Additionally, under the direct guidance of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the weekly Shivadiksha and Power Manifestation sessions were held at the Toronto Adinam.
Understand, when you do some tyaga, the impact is in multiple level. The realization happening in the system is multiple level. That leads to multiple goodness, like a one gear set to motion. So that moves multiple gears. That leads to the balance of chemicals in the body, hormones in the body, evolving the most subtle grooves to capture the vision of Swamiji. Then naturally that starts manifesting the powers of Swamiji.
Nithyananda Hara Hara Bolo Hare Bhakta Manohara. Nithyananda Hara Hara Bolo Hare Bhakta Manohara. Tumko Nithyananda Varala.
Kids who receive the initiation of third eye by His Holiness Paramahamsa Nithyananda practice the power manifesting science in various adinams around the world. We are now going to Toronto Adinam in Canada.
I see like at the bottom there's like curves. So at the top it's like a little bumpy.
Nothing new?
No, I see that there's like a door or a window. I don't know.
Very good. Okay. Now I'll bring it to the front. What do you see?
A car, yellow, red, black, and it says Dodge.
Nithyanandam, my name is Ma Anandatma Sinduri and I'm from Vancouver, Canada. I met Swamiji in 2012 and then I also did a 21-day inner awakening retreat with him and it just transformed my life. At that time, I was just going through the tail end of my 2 years of chemo and that gave me the strength to say no to radiation. And I went along to Kailasa where the doctor was just amazed. She finally did give me permission knowing that this was a life decision that she didn't want to stop me from taking. And it was amazing to be able to do these 2 trips with Swamiji and I am actually feeling better than I was before cancer with all the transformations and all the healing that has happened since I've met Swamiji. Nithyanandam.
Thing with form offered into fire will be made into formless. Same way, anything formless to assume form has to enter through the fire. That is why I have to use Arunachala, the fire. Fire is a prerequisite for formless to assume the form. With completion starts life. Otherwise, you are running out of compulsion.
Hadaram Maduram Vadanam Maduram Hadaram Maduram Vadanam Maduram Nayanam Maduram हसितं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरं नित्याधिपते नित्यं मधुरं नित्याधिपते नित्यं मधुरं वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरम्.
Upcoming programs: Inner Awakening 21 Days to Rewrite Your Future, June 9th to 29th. Nityananda Yoga Teacher Training, June 27th to July 17th. Nitya Dhyana Yoga, May 23rd, 24th. Nitya Kriya Yoga, May 25th to 29th. Nityanandam, May 30th to June 8th. Kalpataru Yoga, Manifest the Reality, every Sunday online and at our Nityananda centers worldwide. Akashic Reading, access past, present and future. Contact your local center to register. Offer your name carved on golden leaf for the Golden Sadashiva Murti. innerawakening.org/golden leaf. Achalamurti Seva, offer worship to the Ashtavatara. Sangha.nityananda.org/Achalamurti Seva. Parashakti, taking you to the next level of consciousness. June 27th to July 27th.
We are now moving on to the 7th of May 2020. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism announced several celebrations, Utsavas, the culmination of Chitrai Brahmotsavam and Chitrai Purnami, the 12 years completion of the anniversary of the present campus of the Arunachala Sarvagnya Peetham. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism also formally inaugurated Paramashivoham Level 2 Season 4 and declared that the old world order is melting down and the post-COVID-19 world is not going to be the same. He invited all to revive the ancient Hindu civilization Kailasa at this critical turning point juncture. And with that, we come to the end of this beautiful segment, and we thank each and every one of you who have joined us in this wonderful segment. And we will now be moving on to the Dwajarohanam of the Nityanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalayam in Biddi, Bangalore, Adinam Adi Kailasa Sarvagnya Peetha. So let's all get ready to witness the Dwajarohanam.
alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. I guarantee you, I will reach you wherever you are. Be alive, somehow be alive for next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. It's my commitment to humanity. I'm going to empower, enlighten each and every one of you with the fuel and energy of the parallel universe. I'll infuse this intense supernal effulgence DNA, Tejas, Ojas, Kundalini Shakti into your spine to consciously lift you to Kailasa. It is irreversible permanent enlightenment, irreversible power manifestation, irreversible permanent empowerment. Greater signs of life can be realized with a greater ability to visualize. Greater science is the equivalent word for Hinduism. When you understand the greater science of life, greater courage, more possibility, more fearlessness, more joy, more bliss. When you visualize Paramashiva with 25 heads, 75 eyes, 50 hands, your consciousness becomes ferocious, and that ability to visualize, you will get involved in everything deeply. Involved people are the most delicious, most sweet, most beautiful, most juiciest beings of planet Earth. I am your Guru. I will make you enlightened. It's my commitment. Till you become Paramashiva, I won't rest. Don't worry at all. To all my disciples, I give you this as a boon. I'll swallow everything with which you are stuck and liberate you all. The moment you decide, your consciousness is the supreme identity you have. You will not empower your depression, your frustration, deal your problems whether it is simple headache or depression or the worst suicidal patterns or life negativity, only through consciousness. Don't go for any other solution. Don't keep stupid, toxic, life negative struggles inside. Your consciousness as power at this moment to swallow, digest, clean up all negativity and all toxins. Develop a powerful will persistence. That's the most important asset for life. I am not giving you some life positive blah blah. I am giving you the facts of life. I am triggering your consciousness. Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. Your decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself. alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. I guarantee you, I will reach you wherever you are. Be alive, somehow be alive for next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. It's my commitment to humanity. I'm going to empower, enlighten each and every one of you with the fuel and energy of the parallel universe. I'll infuse this intense supernal effulgence DNA, Tejas, Ojas,